Zach Cooper and Jarrett Diaz shared a similar background. They both had a high school football career, followed only by a brief stint in college, and a transition to coaching. These things happened on the other side of the country. But what brought them together was a career change.
This was the 12th show that we ran in company history. I was nervous. I was nervous about this show, and that was because this was a double shot show that we had run with a sister company of ours called Ignite. You were going to be in the non-title scramble. El Cachi, Catalina Perez, Wheezy T, Aspen Rose, Robert Martyr, and Ellie.
Punk Pro Wrestling, I guess I'd be considered the owner, operator, co-owner, co-operator, and matchmaker for the company.
So I was less than a year into wrestling, and I'd nearly figured out who I was, but I was still letting people dictate how I was presented.
Cooper had gotten hurt. He had hurt his shoulder at the time.
I tore my shoulder on my birthday, which was great.
And so we had kind of taken that as just he wasn't going to be able to make the show. And he showed up, and he was like, you know what? I've got it. The shoulder's going to hold up. I want to be on this show.
I wasn't 100% sure how forthcoming about his injury Zach really was.
My shoulder's okay at best.
If he broke his hand, he'd be like, no, I'm fine.
He comes to us, and he says, I can fight, I can do this, I can run. And we were like, okay, well, we already kind of set the show in motion here.
It was a giant whirlwind of cancellation after cancellation. So it's me between getting ready to wrestle on a show to then turning around and having to revise a show on the way there.
We don't really have anything to throw you in on. Is there anybody from these matches maybe you'd want to work with? And he pointed to you, and he said, I want that smoke. I think he and I can do it.
If I can lift the man and I can do what I need to do and still put on a show, I get to wrestle one of my best friends, so I'm going to take the chance and do it.
We had wrestled once before in a big multi-man tag, and we hit it off right away.
And Jarrett wanted to do all his cool stuff. Jarrett and I always relate well because he wants to put on the show. I want to put on this show. He wants to entertain. He wants to pull out the flashy flash, and I'm all about that.
He seemed like he was having fun, not taking everything so seriously, just trying to put on a good show. And I enjoyed working with him at first, for sure.
Of the superstars, Symphony of Destruction. Oh my goodness! Not just a flash label. Oh, Jarrett Diaz handing out super kicks here left and right. This could be very, very bad. Oh! Brainbuster Dominator out of Zachary Cooper.
Zach Cooper kicked my ass.
It was a lot of fun kicking Jarrett's ass, to be honest.
At this point, we're shooting, talking about football, watching each other's matches, giving each other feedback, really becoming fast friends.
And then we got to fight again.
Did he learn that one from Joey?
He put Zach Cooper in there, and it's just devastating. Ooh! Boy. Oh! And then chilling. What the hell? Oh!
Wow! And Diaz! I thought for a moment Jarrett Diaz was going to make a run for it. Zachary Cooper might have just ended this old man's career. We're not accepting that. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Wow!
Oh!
Diaz sucked the landing.
Yes, he did.
Wow!
A power slam.
Now Zachary Cooper. Corkscrew Vader.
You got me again.
I was very satisfied when I beat Jarrett once again. I'm pretty sure that's 2-0.
But this time I knew, and I really believed that I could hang with him in the ring.
we looked at it. We said, that sounds like it could be pretty good. So then it became you and Cooper to kind of start our show off on a high note. And I would say magic was made.
The Rapture Open Challenge.
So Zach's participation was kept a secret from the audience, from the boys in the back, from everyone until I issued the Open Challenge.
It gave exactly what we needed. Big pop for Zach.
Suffered severe shoulder injury earlier in the year, having it like a beast. And the Bodega boy, Jared Diaz,
A little bit more than you can chew.
attempted to deadlift the man.
Right away, we wanted the crowd to laugh, right? At me, at us, at whatever, until I got one over on him. Having worked with each other a couple times, we wanted to tell the story that we had been there before. So I had reversals for his moves, he had reversals for mine, just we'd been through it.
We've seen Jared Diaz stick the landing on those, but a little too much momentum on that one. Pittman lost a bet. Jared Diaz, though, one step ahead.
Don't ever do a handstand, because then Jared Diaz has your number. That's what that means.
Jared kind of slid off of that one a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh!
I got cocky, and I paid for it.
What a slap! Blatant disrespect. Oh, you can't be playing those kinds of games with the Symphony of Destruction. Whoa!
Jarrett was somebody who I know feared the chop. So I wanted to do everything in my power to chop Jarrett at least one time.
Sometimes you gotta learn how to read a room. Like, no, ducks it. Bonds, he gets basically hit by a Mack truck. Oh, Symphony of Destruction. Whoa!
He'll make
The man just didn't want to take the chop.
you can go home, maybe?
Go back to Tucker guy. Did you see what he just did? Oh, sidestepping Cooper. Laying hard on the outside. Right in the VIP section goes Jared Diaz.
That was right through a VIP table.
So I'll dive on just about anybody, but even with the busted shoulder, I trusted that Zach would catch me, and no doubt he did.
Your first life-risking flip over the top rope that we ever experienced. But there is so much momentum coming in that you both destroy this VIP table behind him. Like, it is obliterated because you were coming in like a rocket.
I didn't expect what came next.
The athleticism out of this young man is unbelievable.
Tenacity and testicles flying over the ring.
To say the least.
My God.
Oh, no. And what does he get in response? He gets basically hit by a Mack truck. Oh, there's your second headbutt, folks.
Then I got desperate, and I busted my friend open in the process.
You go for what we called a psycho-European uppercut.
Wrestling again on the track. And now springboard. Wow.
I felt bad, but I really needed that win.
But you go for it again,
Is he looking coast to coast here? Good Lord.
and in midair, Cooper catches you and puts you in the Cooper clutch. And I thought that was such an amazing way to tell that story in a microcosm.
His legs wrapped around him in the center. Oh, he broke free. Beautiful.
Look at that, Diaz. Oh, it turned into a pin, but got greedy. Oh, what a boot.
When I saw the man crumble, I can safely say I felt bad because Jarrett is a friend.
easily the most painful chop I've ever taken.
But I also got a sense of relief that I finally got to chop Jarrett and collapse the man.
Got playing now.
Wow! That makes no sense for a man that size to be able to be that agile. And that's it.
Well, it won him the match.
A little bloodied, a little beaten, but I would say he's just about fully rehabbed.
So I thought that was a really beautiful little moment to kind of wrap that whole thing up.
I was glad to get in there one more time. My last time in the ring was with Epic and with Zach, so that really meant a lot to me.
Making the save, desperation. Jarrett attempting to plead his case here.
Wait a minute, Zach Cooper.
Lee was about to throw Jarrett out of this contest here, but
I think Zach Cooper's about to throw him somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
Would I book Zachary Cooper and Jared Diaz one-on-one again at a Punk Pro show? I think the answer has to be yes. For being something that originally was somewhat thrown together, and I don't mean that in a negative context. I mean, like, just, we weren't expecting to have Cooper ready. We didn't really have anything concrete for you other than just a good scramble spot. I think to have you both return and go against each other, I feel like you would both have the fight that you were destined to have.
Our friendship has seen a lot in a year, but I'm really glad to have a lifelong friend in the business.
Thrust. Yeah. Bring it back out. Yeah. Thrust again, but now you switch your hands. Now you thrust. You bring it back out. Now you thrust again, switch your hands. What? You bring it in.
I got it.
Yep. Oh my God!